Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ventonwyn Estate, where today we're at the shop. It's quite early in the morning. We have bought a slurry spreader. All the silage has been sold, by the way. We've got 61,000 euros remaining. We bought a slurry spreader, sold the T6, and Quentin's tractor is ready to go. Let's have a good lord. Has Quentin actually bought something good? Quentin has in fact actually bought something good. He's bought himself a... I did give him the money because I was sure it was a Fendt. He's got a 724. So let's get in. And let's get going, because today this is really nice. I'm pleasantly surprised, Quentin. Today we are going to do some slurry spreading. Yes, we're finally going to get to do some field work. Let's just back this up. And we're going to be using our Abbey manure spreader, our Abbey slurry tanker. Now, out of character, I will say this is in fact the same one Simulate has. I was the one... I'm the reason it's in FS15. Well, his version exists effectively. I asked him for it and he did a bit of a reskin job for me. But I haven't used it yet, so I feel kind of guilty about that. As for the Fendt, this is the Ego Fendt 700 pack. It does require a hard point to get the 724 and the flotation tires that I've got on it, but all in all, it is probably one of the best tractors in FS15. It does have, and you might be able to see it when we load up this slurry tanker. In fact, I'll actually drive over a bump or two here so you can see it. It does have the wheel shader installed. Let's see if I can find a good bump or something. There's one on the way into the BGA, isn't there? That'll work. So whenever we hit a bump with this thing, or whenever we've got weight on it, the tires will deform. There's a good bump just coming up here, so I'm going to try and get a decent view of this for you guys. As you can see that, that was a terrible angle for it. I do apologise. The tires are deforming as we go around the place, and they will deform when we get a bit of weight into the slurry spreader, hopefully. This is going to be a good spot because there's a bump. There we go. You can see the tires do deform based on what actions are being taken, which is lovely. But today we are going to be spreading slurry. And we're going to be spreading over on field, I believe it is 34. There is some corn in it. I did some test seeding. But by and large it is completely empty. The corn's just going to be cultivated under. We're going to get a cultivator in. And for those of you who are asking for a Fendt on the farm, I did listen. I do listen. And I think I've got the best Fendt that there is for Farm Sim. So off we go now to field 34. I'll catch up with you guys when we're down there. You can see the indicators and everything do work. I believe there's in fact a light for the... Is there no light for the... No, there's no light for the beacons. That's a bit of a shame. But I'll catch you guys when we're down the field ready to start spreading. Alright, we're down at the field now. There's a... You can see the corn patch up there. That's going to be cultivated under. That was just a bit of a test seed for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to crack out the drone, turn off our beacons, and get spreading with the slurry. This is the Abbey 2000R slurry tanker. It is 2,000 gallons, or about 9,080 litres, which is actually a bit much, if I'm being honest, if you're directly translating gallons into litres. The reason I'm using this, and the reason I'm using an Abbey tanker to begin with, is because Abbey is actually based near me in real life. I've seen the Abbey plant. I've passed it many times in the past. I probably won't be passing it anytime soon, but I have passed it in the past. And I've just got this weird affinity with the orange of the Abbey. Always have, and probably always will in farm sims, so this is likely to appear again in FS17. By hook or by crook, I may convert this myself if Simulate doesn't. And I may convert it myself either way. Now this is quite possibly my favourite. Well, this is my favourite slurry tanker because it's something that I see every day. In terms of the Fendt, going back to other character stuff, I have basically thrown everything on it. I've got the flotation tyres on, the wide fenders, the chrome grille, the chrome exhaust. It's in 724 configuration, which means that it is 240 horsepower. So it's not the biggest tractor ever or the most powerful, but it is definitely very good. And it's definitely a very, very solid mod. I just realised there are some minor functions missing from the Abbey. That's something I may have to look at myself. So I'm going to get back to you guys when we are back down to the field again with another load of slurry, because this is going to require a lot of filling, and the only place we have slurry is up at the BGA. So I'll see you guys then. So while we're refilling here, I might as well explain why we're taking the slurry from the biogas plant. And the reason is they've got, 200,000 odd litres they don't want. They don't need it. It's, it's effluent. It's useless to them. However, it contains nutrients which we do want. So they've agreed to let us take the slurry away, take the effluent away, and it benefits both of us. We get nutrients and they get rid of the otherwise useless effluent. So I'm gonna head back down to the field now, and once again I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. So we're back down in the field now, and I've just realised that we forgot to turn on our... Forgot to turn on our monitors. There we go. Got 396 litres of fuel left. Let's also raise that up. What else is there that we can do? Nope, that needs to be down. That doesn't need to be on. I think that's about it. Yeah, we'll open up the passenger seat. Why not? Let's turn on... We don't really need... Ooh, okay. So, let us, without further ado, get back to spreading slurry. We'll continue on kind of parallel to what we just did. We are in fact spreading. Good. Very difficult to see between the or under the chopped straw if we are spreading or not. We are, which is always good. And we're just gonna kind of go parallel to what we did before. It's probably the quickest way to do it. Is this having an impact on our fuel usage? Because we were at 0.6 litres an hour before. We're now 2.1. So, yes. We're going 15 kilometers an hour. Pretty much exactly. Are we missing any bits here? I don't think we're missing any bit. No, we're not missing anything. In fact, if anything, we're overlapping a bit. So I've made a hames of that, haven't I? Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. We'll be cultivating this under in probably the next video. Is there a fill level indicator anywhere there? I don't see one, which is a bit of a shame. So let's get spreading again. To this in cab, why not? This tanker is very, very loud, so I'm probably after dumping the game sounds down a bit so you guys can hear my voice, which is perfectly fine. And for some reason, oh, because we didn't have to do the turn. Okay. I would have to come back up and just start from where the first line again. Because we managed to get more out of it that time. So, once again, I'll be back with you guys when we're back in the field again. Just to save you guys having to put up with the same drive I've just done twice. Alright, we are at the field once more. I forgot to mention, it's 6:40 in the morning at the moment. Let's get the drone back up. A decent distance so I can see what we're doing. There we go. 6:40 in the morning. Quentin was up quite late helping us set off the silage, so I can't complain about him being up late today, I guess. But let's get back to the slurry spreading, because that is our job for today. We are spreading at a leisurely 15 kilometers an hour, and I've actually just decided we're going to plough this field before we cultivate it. I should also mention even, that we are now the proud owners of that grass field to the left, field 26 and field 35. Out of character, they had to be bought because weird field boundaries issues, which is why there was the test seed of corn. I was seeing what the field boundaries were actually like. Answer, not very good. So I had to buy those fields to progress, which is why there was no fieldwork done for such a long time. I was trying to get money together and keep the story going and all that kind of good stuff. So now that we have our money in our fields, we can continue on with running the farm in a cost-efficient manner. We will continue to do silage. In fact, that's what I'm planning for tomorrow's stream, because I'm planning on this being Saturday's video. Planning. So we're almost at the end of what I think can be described as the first headland. Just avoid the gate there. Will we have enough to actually finish this headland? Almost. I'll give that a quick blast on our next pass by. We're gonna skip ahead again until we got the tanker back in the field. So I hope you enjoy me skipping ahead and cutting out the boring bits of me driving to and from the BGA. Because that's all you're missing, guys. Drive to BGA, fill up tanker, drive back from BGA, empty tanker, rinse, repeat. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Alright, we're back in the field once again. Let's just get this small bit of headland done. There we go. And I know that you're supposed to do headlands clockwise, but it's going to be actually a bit more efficient for me to go counterclockwise for the second one, because well, we ended off up at the top of the field, so let's start this one. We'll start catching up to it this way from the bottom of the field. So before anybody complains about me doing counterclockwise headland, don't worry, I know exactly what I'm doing and I know why it's wrong, but you're gonna have to deal with it, okay? Now this isn't exactly the kind of stuff I'd see out slurry spreading near me. I don't think any contractor around here would put a 724 on a slurry tanker. But you know, that's what happens. And that's the thumbnail for tomorrow's, or for the video sorted. Sorry about the little cut there. I did need to get a thumbnail, and now I need to get my little HUD back up. There we go. So we are making slow but good progress of the field. I know I'm not the best with the slurry's tanker, but I've seen worse, don't worry. Not gonna name names. But I've seen worse, and recently. I do watch other people's videos. One person's in particular. You can guess, but I'm not gonna name names. I've seen worse slurry spreading. But this tank is almost empty. We won't get a full line done here. We are going to start going up and down the field now. We're not going to get a full line done, but we're going to get a good bit of progress. Well, not a good bit of progress, but a bit of progress made towards it. And that's empty again, so let's get back down to the BGA. This is another fun episode to record because I'm cutting most of it out. But it was for your benefit, because otherwise you just end up with 30 minutes of me maybe doing... In fact, we've just run over 30 minutes now of recording time, so be glad that I'm cutting all the boring driving bits out. So I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes for me, and in a couple of seconds for you guys. Alright, we're back in the field once again. We're just getting lined up, and off we go with the spreader. Gonna do this in cab because why not? It's probably gonna be atrociously bad, but let's give it a try anyway. Yeah, we are overlapping quite a bit by the looks of it. Are we? Let's get the drone out to capture them on. We're not overlapping too badly. Let's actually do this with the drone. You guys do seem to like my drone aerial footage. And that's our first lane done. Up and turn around. Joy of the slurry tank is we don't need to skip lanes, we can just go one straight after another. Like that. Get maximum spread. There we go. Making, considering the capacity of this tank and the fact that, you know, we're putting a lot of slurry down, we're making fairly short work of the field. Obviously I prefer to have a bigger tanker, but something, you know, 2,000 gallons is, I think, a good size for the size of farm we have. Gonna be honest, I'm considering leaving the farm. I haven't told Quentin yet, so I don't know how he's gonna react, but you know, I am considering leaving in the next couple of weeks. Going off, striking it out on my own. So I'll probably leave Quentin with all the landscaping equipment and all of the tractors that yeah, I've invested in, all the fields. You know, I won't take anything with me, but I've heard of a farm in America. I can't remember the name of the area. All I can remember is it always reminds me like butter. So it's a farm in America I've been looking at. Been wanting to emigrate for a while, so I might pick it up. Probably will. Probably get going there. I do have a green card already, so that's all sorted. That side of it's all sorted. It's just, you know, getting the farm. In any case, I'll be back with you guys when we are back in the field. So I'll see you shortly. Alright, back in the field once again. Wow, we've actually made a lot more progress than I thought. Okay. This shouldn't be too much longer then. Probably another 2 to 3 tankers. Which isn't really that much. I've seen... in the past I've seen a guy literally just doing a short line on a field, and that was a full slurry tank emptied. So I can't complain too much about, you know, this being slow progress. That's why I'm saying it's quick progress. For a slurry tank, this is really quick progress. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. There we go. I'm not going to cut that out either. I could, but I'm not going to. And I do like getting all of a field covered in fertilizer, slurry, manure, whatever we're using. I'm not one of these people who, you know, says, oh, we got 2 big triangles left, but that'll do. No, 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 no. The entire field has to be done, else it's not finished. Unless there's like a teeny tiny splotch somewhere. But tomorrow we'll most likely be plowing this field up. As I said before, we'll most likely be plowing it up. And then hopefully in the stream tomorrow, because I am going to reference that despite it not being part of the storyline, hopefully in the stream we'll get another field of corn chaffed up for even more slurry. And it's actually money I want, because I want to get some big equipment in very quickly. We're going to go supersized for the last little blast of this game. Of this map anyway. So that should be fun. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a couple of minutes. Alright, we're back with what could potentially be the penultimate tanker. I'm going to intentionally skip that bit there for the time being. Come back and get that at the very, very end. So I'm kind of hoping we'll have a bit of slurry left over. I'm holding out a bit of hope for that. Because we'll probably need... we'll need at least one more tanker. That's for sure. Not sure how much is going to be left in it when we're done, but, you know... we could get lucky. We could get very lucky. As you can see, the bales are still out in the field there. That's probably going to be a job for if I do a midweek stream next week. Spoiler alert, I am kind of half hoping to get one done, depending on how much work I need to do and how far I can get ahead with videos, because that's the defining thing with midweek streams. It is literally just something that I do when I have time. It's not something you guys should expect from me, or ask for, or demand, or ask about in comments. It is literally just when I have time I will stream midweek. Friday, Saturday and Sunday, yes, I make time for it. I plan that out in advance. Thursdays is basically if I've got time to take the most of Thursday off at the very least, I'll do midweek stream. So we might need another 2 tankers of slurry here. Nuts. Oh well. This field is coming together quite quickly at least, which is always nice. And did we run out at the exact right time? Pretty much. This will be lining up with that blank spot there. Ah, and we do have another tiny little blank spot there. Okay. So I'll catch up with you guys when we've got the tanker filled up again. Off I go with the drifting tanker. Alright, if this is not the last tanker, it is definitely the second to last. Let us get lined up with our next pass on the field here. Should do. Off we go. Get a leisurely 15 kilometers an hour, which is quite quickly to be spraying slurry. Usually, I would presume you do it a bit slower than this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you would really spread slurry at 15 kilometers an hour. Just seems a tad fast for me. I'd imagine it'd be a 7 to 10 kilometer an hour job, if even that. Because you want good coverage with slurry. Especially if you're splash plate spreading like this. Because you're going to have a lot of loss to the air. It's a very inefficient way of spreading slurry. The likes of... what is it in the game? Oh, I can't remember the name of the slurry tank in the game. I'll have to check it out in a minute. But slurry injectors are pretty much the most efficient way, because you're putting it directly into the ground, you're not losing any of the air. Some of the slurry that's being spread like this inevitably gets atomized, and that's why there's a smell. That's literally just the slurry. The atomized slurry that's managed to get through all the little cracks and over towards you. It's not deadly or anything, it's just not something nice to think of. You know, it's something that's not nice to think about. So this was in fact the final tanker. Awesome. Almost done with this field now. an hour after we started, or the better part thereof. For those of you that like to keep track, and I know there are some of you out there who do. I remember the days when I did nothing, when I did a lot of time-lapse videos, and I was always asked, how long did that take in real time? So I do remember you guys. And that's the field done. So tomorrow what we will do is we'll buy a plough, because we don't currently have one, and we will plough this field up. Hope you enjoyed the video today, because I've got nothing else to do. Hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, do hit the like button. If you are brand new here and you're enjoying the videos, you're enjoying the content, please do hit the subscribe button as well. And you can find all of my social links on www.rainbowdave.com. That is my website. Feel free to follow me on any or all of them. There's also a donation link there somewhere or something like that. But don't feel obliged. Seriously, don't. I know some people who just give far too much money. That's going to be it for today. I'll leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Ventonwyn Estates. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.